Hugo is on it and so are the team. We are now 10 matches unbeaten. So, brother of João Felix, Hugo, absolutely on it. Last 5 matches, 4 goals, 2 assists, 7.88. Them little tweaks we made to the tactic continue to hold up, despite the fact the 2 centre-backs who play at Man City and they're basically roommates hate each other. We're nicely sat in 11th now, but if you look a bit closer, right, third is only 5 points off us now. This league is super tight. I was going to experiment with the tactic, but not yet. Now, it is deadline day, and I've just rejected a awful offer from Augsburg from Marco Cruz at 215,000. Now, he does not have a release clause, so I can play hardball here. But if you look a couple of tabs up, they're coming back. So after I rejected that move, he wasn't happy, and we agreed that if we get an offer of 1.3 million, we'll accept it. So now Augsburg, it's over to you, and 475. Not a bad offer, especially when you consider our long-term goal. But I just think at 23 years old, I think we can hold out for more than 500,000, so I'm going to swiftly reject that, and Marco can't argue. I guess it's a good sign that big top division teams are coming for our players. They're coming for me as manager, and now they're coming for the players. Now we're keeping Marco Cruz, and the tactic's kind of working. I want to make it better. How can we do that? We can make our players better by chucking in some traits. So this is something I'd normally do in pre-season, but to be totally honest with you, I kind of forgot. And now I've assessed my players, I know who I want to start developing a bit further. We'll start with Cruz. He's going to be staying with us for a while. So what I've done, I've gone to training, and you can see I've asked to go for killer balls often. He's got the passing, he's got the vision, and from that deep area he's going to be in the pitch in the inverted wing-back role, that could be a nice trait. Striker Luca Fletcher, who is smashing the goals in, by the way. Now you look at it, he's got finishing of 15, acceleration and pace, no traits. So up to his development, and we've got likes to try to beat offside trap, which for a striker like him would be perfect. We didn't stop there. Elvis Balde, who I expect to be on the right-hand side for many seasons to come, he provides us width, so I've asked him to hug that touchline. How about Constantinescu? Now listen, his average rating of 7.46 is actually the best in the league at the minute. He's less of a winger. I see him more eventually coming inside, so I've got him to come deep to get the ball. I see him like a bit of a playmaker. The main man, Felix, he's a class above. Get the ball to your feet, my lad. So like I said, I normally do that in pre-season, but the fact that for me this is a bit of a foundation season to attack next season now seems like a perfect time, and I should have it by the start of next season. Other than the Marco Cruz bid, a nice quiet transfer deadline day with just a fringe player leaving on a free transfer. I told you, it's not just the players that I wanted. This is Rayo Vallecano. A quick look at them and we'll see that they are actually in La Liga. They are struggling, down in 18th. It's got to be a thanks but no thanks for that one. So back to the league, we're excited for the run to continue. We're absolutely flying, remember. 10 undefeated. In the 10th minute he did that. He nearly killed the man. I mean, what is he thinking? 80 minutes with 10 men, we lose that game 4-2. Proved to be an absolute momentum killer. We lost the next one. And the next one. I know, the corners, right? The corners. And in the 90th minute, we were denied the win in the next one, meaning we hadn't won in 4. Undefeated in 10, can't win in 4. Mate. Total momentum killer. That's probably happened to you a load as well. What we had to do for the next match against Chavez, we got a 3-2 win, and we absolutely ground it out. When you go into a bad one like that, you've just got to grind a win out, I think, and we've got it back into some sort of form. But those glimmer of hopes that we had of a potential sneaky third place finish have kind of gone now. We're on 41 points, and third place is 52, so 11 points to get back in 8 matches is probably not going to happen. So we're going to experiment now till the end of the season to try and see if we can get a plan in place for season 6. So I'll have a look at new tactics in a minute, but just to let you know that we are in financial peril. 2.5 million in debt now. Okay, 2.5 million in debt right now. Let me show you this. If I type in takeover, okay, top corner, takeover. Ready? This has been the season. Look down this side. So, 13th of March, could be close, on the rocks. Could be close, on the rocks. And yet again, for the last 6 games, we did have an experiment. We tried a little Christmas tree, and we also tried a bit of a 4-2-4. However, that Derby Day demolition of Porto was the only bright spot and we didn't really find our flow. Back to the drawing board. So I'm going to disregard those. I just didn't feel right. The team didn't look right playing it. So what I'll probably do is we'll have a look at the end of the season how we can improve the base tactic, because it was absolutely flying at one point and just got derailed by that red card. So we'll probably just work on that and see how we can improve it. But big news. So it actually happened. We've been taken over. So we've got a new owner now. Antonio's gone and this is our new owner. Gives a little message there. There were no plans to change the transfer policy, which, do you know what, I'm not that mad about. I didn't want a big sugar daddy, so to speak. But what he has done is he's wiped the debt. So now we're comfortable. So hopefully that doesn't affect things too much. Club vision's kind of stayed the same. He wanted to become an established League Portugal 2 team. And if you look through the seasons, he's pretty realistic. So touch wood, looks like we've got ourselves a sensible owner. Okay, our first season in Liga 2 is over. We finished 10th, so top 10. It's not quite halfway because there's only 18 teams in the league, but I'm quite happy with that, especially the way we started, but also a bit disappointed because we really picked up a bit of steam. Now, if you look a bit closer at it, we finished 10th. 70 goals, which is more than 2 a match, by the way, but we also conceded 60, and we need to sort that out, otherwise we're never getting promoted. So now thoughts turn to Season 6 planning, how we can improve his tactic and improve that position. Now, we have got some future transfers incoming. Miro, do you remember him? The goal machine is coming on a free transfer, so that scouting for contract expiring, Miro's on the way. There's a striker who's going to be great backup. We've got Noah Cooper, who's going to be backup to Edison. I'm always worried about Breno, someone coming in for him. So there's a Jamaican goalkeeper on his way, and we've got ourselves an absolute unit of a centre-back if I just need to throw someone on to defend some headers. Rafa Fernandez incoming, all of them free. So we scored 70, but we conceded 60. And the reason I don't want to change the formation is if you look above my head there, this is the formations we've faced in our previous 50 matches. And look at the clear cut chances column. We are fantastic on all of them other than 4-4-2 diamond. So it's just a case of getting the chances and keeping them out, and we're going to be absolutely fine. Now the next thing to look at is conceded. We hit this tab here. We can see the last 10 matches, but I'm not interested in that. I'm going to go big time. The last 40 matches, so that's going to cover the whole season. We'll go to the assists tab. Now you can see here, there's one massive outlier there, isn't there? 29 assists by through ball. 29. So what that means is when we're giving the ball away, there's too much room in this sort of pocket there. So there's a few things we can do here. I'm going to have a little think about it. Obviously, the biggest one, the most obvious one, is to change one of these roles to the sit a bit more. But I don't want to lose any of the attacking edge. So whether it's going to be defensive line, a role change in the defenders, maybe a stopper, lots to think about.